Welcome to MIAA Access. It's been a busy week in the league, and we have got a lot to recap for you all in this week's episode. As you know, I'm your co-host, Brad Haydank.
And I'm your better-looking co-host, River Riley.
Yeah, that's what they all say, I'm sure.
In today's episode, we will be taking a look back on the MIAA Women's Golf Championship that took place at Mules National Golf Club in Warrensburg, Missouri.
What a championship it was, River. I was blessed to witness the action firsthand, interviewing the athletes and coaches.
That wasn't all, Brad. You can't forget the first of its kind live MIAA golf broadcast on the MIAA network we were a part of, covering the 18th iconic hole out at Mules National Golf Club.
Yeah, it's always fun to get a new experience there, especially covering golf for the first time. It's a different environment.
Yep, it's a resume builder, and it was just a different experience overall. You know, it's dead quiet out there. There's a lot of dead air that we had to fill that we just hadn't been used to in our broadcast.
Yeah, a lot different than a football or a basketball game, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure, Brad.
Well, this is MIAA Access. We'll be right back after this.
Since our founding in April 1931, every trooper who has worn this uniform has earned it. Thousands of men and women apply to be a Missouri State Trooper. Few are chosen. Only the elite are successful. Make no mistake, this training is hard, and the job that follows is even harder. There will be moments when you're tired, frustrated, and pushed to your limits. That's when you'll rely on your strength, your training, and your sense of purpose. This profession demands that of you. But with that demand comes honor of protecting others, of wearing this uniform, and continuing a proud tradition that began more than a century ago. I want to see every one of you walk across that stage on graduation day, proud, prepared, and ready. So dig deep, push harder, earn it. Can you do that for me?
Sir, yes, sir! Time, baby. Let's go!
Welcome back to MIAA Access. Over the course of the tournament, our crew was able to gather some footage out on the course. Let's take a look. The first two rounds of the MIAA Women's Golf Championship were tough for the golfers this week. That was mainly due to the conditions: high winds, thick roughs, and speedy greens.
Some higher than expected scores by top players from each school, starting with Freshman of the Year Lou Fordan from Rogers State. Ended in a tie for 23rd while shooting a 25 over par. Started the championship with an 81 on Monday, which included 2 birdies, one on the par 3 hole 2 and one on the par 5 hole 8. Then came back with a 76 and a 78.
Another notable name is number 16 ranked in the region, Clara Peak, who ended the week tied for 42nd, shooting 35 over par. With conditions lightening up on the final day, she was able to secure 3 birdies on holes 2, 8, and 15.
Brad, did you know that she hit her second career hole-in-one in the practice round on Sunday here?
Really? I was the one who told you that.
Were you? I could have swore it was someone else. Anyways, well, whatever. Well, now let's talk about the individual champion, Jessica Parker, from Lancaster, UK, representing Northeastern State. The senior golfer shot a 73 the first 2 days and finished the week with a 76 on Wednesday.
Yeah, it was a strong performance from Jessica Parker this whole tournament for the MIAA Women's Golf Championship. Started with a 3 over 73 day 1 that had tough conditions. Day 2, the conditions got even tougher, and she did the same thing again. 3 over 73. Then in the final day, a 6 over 76. She started on hole 10 all 3 days, and in her first 9, that being the true back 9 of the course, holes 10 through 18, days 1 and 2, she was even par, 35. Struggled a little more on the final day, 3 over 38 on those 9 holes, but it was really a strong start from Parker the first 2 days that led her to find that success, shooting the 3 overs 73. She had the individual lead after day 1, then she had it after day 2. She went truly wire to wire, taking the victory in this individual crown for the MIAA Women's Golf Championship.
Yes, Brad. Something that's not easy to do. You know, you go out there, you play really well in your first round, and you know that everyone's going to be chasing after you the rest of the week, and you got a lead to maintain. Then you go into the second day, do the same thing, shoot 2 birdies in your first 9 on the second day, and then just keep playing tough and keep trying to hold that lead going into the final day there.
Yeah, it is really tough when all of the golfers are chasing you, when you are that true leader, because going into round 3 was a shaky start from Parker. 2 bogeys through the first 3 holes. Those 2 came on the 11th hole and the 12th hole, her second and third of the day. She bounced back with a birdie on the 15th and then struggled on the 17th, 18th, and then 1st, that 3-hole stretch with 3 bogeys in a row. She was able to bounce back, ended up having 4 straight pars between the 4th hole and the 7th hole. That would be her 13th and her 16th holes of the day, that stretch. Then she was able to finish out strong, shooting the 76 final day score to end up holding on to that lead through the entirety of the tournament.
Yes, Brad, a really tough player playing in some tough conditions out there. You know, first 2 days, everybody was struggling, and she still found a way to come out on top, shooting 73 both days, only 3 over. And, you know, I got the chance to watch her a couple days while driving around Monday, Tuesday, gathering some of that background footage. And you could just tell by her pace of play, she was just always upbeat. She never got down on herself, even if she bogeyed her hole or missed a putt. She was just quick play and just a winner.
Yeah, I had the chance to catch up with Jessica Parker after each of her first 2 rounds, both of those 73s. She always mentioned how the mental side of the game was such a key. She was on top of it this week at the MIAA Women's Golf Championship, finishing with that total score of 223, 12 over par, and taking the individual crown. Let's see where the teams finished up in the MIAA Women's Golf Championship. Looking at the top 5, finishing in 5th was Arkansas Fort Smith. Pretty consistent from the Lions, 33 over day 1, 30 over day 2, 29 over day 3 to finish 92 over par total. The Central Missouri Jennies, who were heavily favored in the preseason poll, ended up coming in 4th place. They were tied for 1st after day 1, but it was a shaky day 2 that got them on their heels, a bounce back in day 3 as they look towards the regional tournament.
I mean, playing your home course and being one of the best teams in the MIAA conference, you know, you would expect a team like the Jennies to come out on top after a week like this week.
And then you had Rogers State, who sat in 3rd place. a 32 over in the first round, bounced back on Tuesday shooting 22 over par. They just weren't able to get it done on Wednesday, 29 over par, in a field that ended up playing really well with the conditions when you look at the first two teams. So 83 over for Rogers State. And then River, when you look at Washburn and Nebraska Kearney, it came down to the wire between those two teams, ended up being a 2-shot difference.
It really did, and nobody expected that out of Washburn after that tough first day, but then they go on to shoot team and tournament best 14 over collectively that second day, and that really put them in a position to strike Nebraska Kearney, but no one was able to quite catch up to that team. And that brings us to our eventual champions, the Nebraska Kearney Lopers. As we take a look back here and some highlights from the Lopers, they really put together a solid group effort there as a team. 3 of them finishing in the top 10 there. The second place finisher, Liz Lyons, put up a really good performance. She almost had a chance coming down the stretch to catch up to Parker there, but just couldn't quite finish it.
Well, when you look at Lyons on the last hole, she had a chance to really pin seek to try to catch up to Jessica Parker, because if she would have birdied, she would be in the individual tie and it would have gone to a playoff. But also Lyons knew if she played safe and got the par, she would secure the win for her team, as Nebraska Kearney was up by 1 shot over Washburn, and Granados Carrion was also in the group of the Washburn Ichabods. So if she was able to birdie or par, and then Lyons would have done 1 shot worse, then we would have had a tie and it would have been a whole team playoff. So it really felt like an unselfish approach from Lyons on the 18th. Secure that par, secure the team win. It ended up being by 2 shots.
Yes, a tough decision there, Brad, that Liz Lyons had to face there. She ended up putting the team above herself there, just played it conservatively, got the stroke onto the green, her first stroke there, and then was able to get out with a 2-putt and save par there just so that her team could come out with the victory there.
And one of the key players from Nebraska Kearney, especially in the final round, was Claire Bergquist. She had a rough first 2 days, 79 day 1, 80 day 2, but in the third day when it mattered most, she led all Nebraska Kearney Lopers in round 3, shooting a 2 over 72 with 3 birdies. If you look through her first 6 holes, she went birdie par and then 4 bogeys in a row. From there, she had 2 birdies and only 1 bogey to end up shooting that 2 over par 72. That made all the difference from Bergquist, as the Lopers only took it by 2 shots in the end.
Yes, that was a very clutch moment there from Bergquist. She shot one of the best scores that we saw on the course all week there in that final round with, those 5 little blunders in there, but she was able to at least get 3 of those strokes back and then part out the rest. The first 2 days, she was struggling, shooting a 79 and an 80 there. Not the worst scores, but still, for her team's sake, it was something that needed to be capitalized on in that last day.
And Nebraska Kearney had some other key players you have to if you're going to sink a putt like this and win the 2026 MIAA Women's Golf Championship. You could talk about Callie Doctor, who is consistent, 77, 77, 75. The whole team is what it took to see that reaction from Liz Lyons at the end with her coach, as the University of Nebraska Kearney was crowned the 2026 MIAA Team Championship champions.
Yes, the champions. At the beginning of the season, Nebraska Kearney was picked 3rd in the MIAA conference, and now we see them on top when it's all said and done.
Yeah, it was a really tough course, tough conditions. The course is a tight layout anyway, so when you're able to come in on a road course and get a win in such tough conditions, it really calls for a lot of water celebration when you are able to get that done.
Yes, a lot of water there, but not a lot of water for their shots, thankfully.
Yeah, they played the 18th well, really, as a team, all coming through with par in that final round to end up taking the team title in the 2026 MIAA Women's Golf Championship.
Yes, I'm sure the coach there, Sean Roadhorse, is very proud of how his team performed this week. Given the rough conditions the first 2 days, they faced adversity and they overcame it.
And they were in the tournament the whole time, tied for first with the Jennies through the first round. Then in day 2, they fell just behind the Ichabods after Washburn shot that very impressive 14 over par in day 2. But they just stuck with it. They ended up taking the title by 2 shots.
Yes, and congratulations to the Nebraska Kearney Lopers on their championship. Well, it's time for us to step aside. When we come back, we have a special segment just for you, Brad.
Hi, I'm David Goodson, President and CEO of Impact Signs, Awnings, and Wraps. Did you know last year our company provided sign products and services to 13 states and 209 cities across beautiful America? When we say any sign, anywhere, we mean it. So for your next sign for your business, your church, your school, your event, or other organization, be sure and check us out for all of your custom sign and digital sign needs at impact4800.com.
For the highest performing student athlete, given to the top female and male student athlete for their impact on and off the playing field, from the top NCAA Division II athletic conference in the country. Follow your favorite teams all year long and tune in this June to see who takes home this prestigious honor. MIAA Ken B. Jones Award, presented by Summit Point Financial Group.
Welcome back to MIAA Access. One part that the fans loved about the broadcast yesterday, Brad, was your fascination, but yet ignorant takes on the birds out there on the course. Let's take a look at some of those birds we saw.
I sure don't know my birds, I'll tell you that. I was going to say that was an oriole. I'm starting to think that's not right. Look at those locks just waving in the wind. There he is. Same oriole for the third time today. Basking in the nice cloud cover. How about a woodpecker today on our broadcast? See, I used to like to throw leaves in the air too. Fun thing to do. It's a beautiful day for it. I think he found what he's looking for.
Looks like you came prepared for this next segment, Brad.
Oh, I mean,
Looks
good
like
enough
you're an
is the
avid
thief
bird
of
watcher
great, am I
there,
right?
see. Yep. Well, this next segment, Brad, MIAA Access brings you birds or birdies. Brad, we're going to show you some pictures of some birds that you have to identify for us.
I was always ready for bird watching with Brad. I came prepared, I'm telling you. It's a good time.
All right, then. Let's take a look at our first bird, then. Brad, can you tell me what that bird is?
Now, I'll tell you, the make and model looks like an owl to me.
Make and model,
So
this isn't
I'm
a car,
gonna,
Brad.
I'm going to go with a red-headed owl.
Red-headed owl.
And you see the red on top?
Owls are usually much bigger than that, Brad, I think.
It's a
I mean, I'm no
picture.
expert
How can I
myself.
tell?
Look at that thing. All right. That is an
did.
American kestrel, Brad.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So
That's
keep
common,
that in mind
that's
next
common
time.
knowledge. I'll
It
remember
is.
the American kestrel.
All right, let's take a look at our next one then.
Okay, this looks like a female cardinal to me. Is that right?
Is that your first instinct? Is
That's
that
my
your
first
final answer?
instinct, but the yellow chest is. Let me tell you. The yellow chest is really throwing me off here. It's throwing me for a loop. I think, yeah. I think female cardinal.
You'd be right about that one, Brad. You must have been studying, haven't
One
you?
for two. Oh, always.
50%, that's
Always.
not enough to pass quite yet, Brad. We got a couple
Hey,
more?
that's Hall of Fame batting average.
All right. This isn't baseball. Let's take a look at our next one.
Okay, you're trying to throw me off because this looks just like the guy I saw on the broadcast. Like I see the locks, but
That might be the same one.
that has to be an oriole. Like the black with the orange river.
Are you
No way
confident?
that's a robin. You're trying to throw me off and you threw in an oriole. That's an oriole.
No, it's not, Brad.
Is it a robin?
It's a robin.
I'll keep
You
studying
would have
up.
think we saw like 30 of them yesterday, and you still.
I think it was the same one. I think we had two different ones. That was my take.
How likely is that?
Very. How many
right.
robins are there in Warrensburg?
I don't know. I'm not doing research on how many robins. I'm not a bird watcher.
Clearly.
All right.
Not
next
like
bird.
me.
What's this one, Brad?
Oh. That's certainly a vulture.
A vulture? Vulture of what kind? There's different
There's
kinds of
kinds
vultures.
of vultures?
Of course
The one
there
that
is.
eats the roadkill.
Oh, turkey vulture you're referencing.
Oh, is that what that's called?
Yeah, but that's not what that bird
Oh,
is.
thanks.
That's
for
an
the help.
osprey there,
Thanks for that.
Brad.
It's a what?
Osprey.
An osprey.
Ocean bird.
Why do we have ocean birds on this show?
Because they exist in the real world, Brad.
Yeah, in the real Warrensburg, Missouri.
Okay. Yeah, you must have not ventured out and ever saw any other birds.
No.
Okay, next bird. Now, this one you should know.
Yeah, I do.
As the voice
I
of
do
the
know this one.
MIAA, Brad, you should know this one.
That appears to be a northeastern state, Riverhawk.
What do this bird and the previous bird have in common?
Well, I already forgot the name of the last bird. Osprey?
Yep.
Osprey. The pointed beak, of course.
Of course. Well,
that
actually,
right?
Brad, they are the exact same bird. This logo is meant to replicate an osprey.
Wow.
The more you know.
That's highbrow knowledge.
But of course, Northeastern refers to it as the Riverhawk.
Because why not?
Some say they might have named it after me, but we don't know.
Just
that.
like how a Jenny isn't a female mule. It's the same thing. It's a little different.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Next bird then.
I did watch some Sesame Street growing up.
No, did ya?
That has to be. Oh, well, now I'm second guessing myself. That's Big Bird.
That is the Big
that's
Bird,
the
the
Big
legend.
Bird.
I would have been very upset if you got that one wrong.
Me
Brad.
too. Me too.
So let's take a look here. 50%.
Yeah. I mean, I'll
Overall,
take it.
not too bad.
I'm telling you, that's Hall of Fame numbers.
After that broadcast yesterday, I really did not expect you to do it better than that. But
Hey, I appreciate it.
better or worse, but you met my expectations.
Thanks. Thanks.
All right. One thing I did notice on those bird videos, Brad, was that you said you loved throwing around those leaves as a kid. We actually reached out to your mom, and she sent us a photo of you playing outside as a kid. Let's take a look at that photo.
Of course, nobody tells me about these things. Thanks,
Look at little Brad.
Thanks, Mom.
You always dreamt of being a broadcaster, huh?
Evidently.
Yeah. Wow, look at you. Cute kid. What
I'm
happened?
thinking our executive producer, Darren Plummer, has gone over my head here. And,
We
you
did
know.
have to make some calls,
Oh, man. Thanks, Mom.
All right. Well, that's it for today's show here on MIAA Access. I am your co-host, River Riley.
And I'm Brad Haydank. Thank you for tuning in to MIAA Access.